Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to read about the Battle of Jericho. The Israelites had finally gotten to the land that God promised to them. They stood outside the tall walls of a city called Jericho. God told Joshua it was time for them to take over that city, so Joshua told the Israelites about God's plan. "Here's what we will do," said Joshua. Joshua counted off seven priests from the group. You will each play a shofar, which is a fancy way to say trumpet, very loud trumpet. You will play the shofar. Keep blowing all the time, even if your lips get tired. Next, Joshua looked at the soldiers that were with the leaders, and he said to them, "Grab your weapons and walk in front of the priests. The rest of you walk behind the priests. Everyone needs to walk quietly. Any questions? Okay, let's go." See them? They're peeking over the walls. The inside people are peeking out, wondering what's going on out there behind those walls. They're the soldiers with their shofars, fancy trumpets. And they're getting ready to blow, just as Joshua had said. Joshua took over for Moses because Moses made a mistake along the way, and God said he could not lead the people to the promised land. So Joshua does. The horns that they blew were loud. The people of Jericho could hear them through the thick stone of the walls of the city. What was going on out there? The Israelites kept walking left, right, left, right, left, right. And they went on marching their feet around the city. The Israelites wondered how God's plan was going to work as they looked at the thick city walls and the people peeking over. The Israelites did this just like God said, his exact directions they followed. For 6 whole days they marched around the city, and the people of Jericho watched them every day. They had never seen anything like this before. 6 whole days they marched and blew their shofars. Should they be afraid or should they laugh at these people? But on the 7th day, the Israelites got up at sunrise and walked around the city 7 times. After the 7th time, Joshua told the people to shout right after the priests blew one last time. God's plan was for the walls to tumble down from the noise of the horns first and the people yelling next. So the Israelites shouted. The Israelites shouted so loud, in fact, the walls began to shake. The thick stone walls began to shake and they even started to crumble. It was so loud that it made everyone's ears hurt and the walls fell down. Huge stones crushed to the ground. The walls came tumbling, and the Israelites got what God promised. They were now inside the city. Yay! But again, boys and girls, it was so important. Joshua was told by God some special instructions about what they were supposed to do. And they had the faith to believe that if they just did exactly what God said, that he would make sure that they won. So we have to remember to follow God's letter to the law that we have, those 10 commandments we learned on Monday. We have to follow them as closely as we can. We can't just say, well, we'll kind of be nice to mom and dad, but not all the time. No, God says all the time. So follow those laws the best you can, and when you fall down, remember to pray for forgiveness. Have a good day, people.